Morgan, what have you been hearing?
Nick, Governor Andrew Cuomo's resignation rocked the state capitol today. Lawmakers were taken aback that New York's third-term governor will be stepping down in 14 days, but say there still needs to be accountability.
I was almost kind of in disbelief. I mean, I've been calling for him to resign since March.
It was later than it should have been, but at least it's done in time to spare us the next couple of months dealing with a governor who is trying to cling to power while the vehicles of accountability continue to roll forward.
Glad that he's stepped aside, but weary of his ability to actually understand the impact and the harm that he's had on these 11 women.
Before Cuomo officially announced he would be stepping aside, the governor doubled down, saying the Attorney General's investigation, which substantiated claims of at least 11 women who say Cuomo sexually harassed them, was politically motivated. He also said the women misinterpreted his jokes and blamed what he called generational differences. Senator Alessandra Biaggi, however, knocked this defense.
We cannot pretend and we cannot keep pretending that this is a shock to us, or that this is something that we've only just learned about. It has been the worst kept secret, and now it's an exposed secret, that Andrew Cuomo is somebody who has fostered a toxic workplace in his workplaces for decades.
Cuomo's resignation comes on the heels of an announcement by Assembly impeachment investigators that articles of impeachment could be drafted by the end of this month. Lawmakers are investigating not only the sexual harassment allegations against Cuomo, but also if he used state resources to help write his $5.1 million pandemic book, if the Cuomo administration covered up the number of COVID-19 nursing home deaths, and more. Assemblywoman Mary Beth Walsh, who is part of the Assembly impeachment team, says she would like to see the impeachment investigation continue so families can receive justice on the nursing home issue and New Yorkers can receive closure on other outstanding allegations.
We're well underway. There are subpoenas that have been issued. There are statements that have been given. There are hundreds of thousands of documents that have been produced. So I just feel like it would be wrong for us to just walk away. I'm sure that the governor would like us to do that.
Assemblyman Charles Levine, who chairs a committee leading the impeachment investigation, said on Monday that if the governor did resign, the Assembly would still consider moving forward, if for no other reason than to keep Cuomo from running again for a statewide office. Assemblyman Tom Abenanti says it is unclear at this point how or if the impeachment investigation will continue, and lawmakers will be meeting with attorneys to discuss their legal options on Monday. However, Abenanti says he does believe lawmakers at the very least have an obligation to release a report on what they have discovered.
We have to see if we have the jurisdiction to do that, and we have to see if there's the political will to do that. But at a minimum, I think we do have to make a report back to the Assembly on our findings, and how long that takes, I'm not quite sure.
There's also this issue, Nick, of a deadline that impeachment investigators gave to Cuomo to submit any final documentation related to the impeachment investigation. That deadline is this Friday, but it's unclear if Cuomo will still have to meet it.
Very interesting, Morgan. So Governor Cuomo brought up earlier today that the money and state resources needed to proceed with the impeachment investigation as one of the reasons why he's stepping down. He doesn't want to make this a distraction for New York. Is this a concern at all for lawmakers moving forward?
You know, Nick, it's interesting Cuomo said this right after his attorney was using state resources to defend some of his actions. But from lawmakers that I have been speaking to, they said they got calls from constituents saying that they are glad that the state is following up on some of these allegations, specifically if the Cuomo administration withheld some of these COVID-19 related nursing home deaths. However, at the same time, I saw at least from one Assembly member who sits on the Judiciary Committee, which has been charged with leading the impeachment investigation, that he is glad that Cuomo resigned so that they could put this investigation to rest. So it's unclear at this point exactly where things stand. So the next few days are going to be interesting.